in about the second week of the legislative session here at the Capitol.
And what's happening in the Capitol?
Lots of things are happening. Lots of bills are getting filed, too many to keep up with. The initial budgets got released, but the big news this week was that the lieutenant governor, the most powerful person in the Senate, named all 16 committees.
And how do you feel about those Senate committees?
It wasn't too much of a surprise. Of the 16 committees, 15 of them are led by Republicans. That's kind of to be expected in the Texas Senate. And the main committees that the Sierra Club follows haven't changed that much. One big change is Senator Jane Nelson retired, and now Senator Joan Huffman is in charge of Finance, which of course is the committee that oversees the whole budget for the state of Texas. But other committees are pretty much the same. Senator Charles Perry is in charge of your world of water. Senator Brian Birdwell out of Waco is in charge of natural resources, which deals with all things Texas Commission on Environmental Quality, Railroad Commission, oil wells, all that business. And then Charles Schwartner, who's from Georgetown, is in charge of Business and Commerce. The Business and Commerce Committee is the committee that's going to be looking at fixing the electric grid once again this year.
Is there any big budget news that you want to share with us?
Well, the big budget news is they released the initial budget both in the Senate and the House. It's a gigantinormous budget, about $280 billion over the next 2 years, and but they haven't spent all the money. There's an incredible surplus this year because we have a lot of revenues, and they haven't decided how they're going to spend it all. So over the next couple of months, there's going to be a lot of debating and negotiating. Are we going to fund water infrastructure? Are we going to fund park acquisition? What are we going to do about school finance and education? How much property tax relief are we going to give folks? And there's going to be some ideas that maybe we're concerned about, like how much money they're going to spend on border security. All that's going to happen over the next 125 days.
And so what's next?
What's next is the House members turned in their cards to Speaker Dade Phelan. They're turning them in this week to find out what committees they're going to be on. Probably won't get announced till a couple weeks. But in the Senate, we expect committee hearings to start on the budget maybe as soon as next week. And that's going to be a big focus for us.
Well, sounds great. Thanks for sharing.
Thanks.